Hey guys, so welcome back to another video, and in today's video I am going to be sharing with y'all every race? Sorry, I was just watching a David Malukas vlog. Every book that I have read so far in 2025. So this was from January to March. Not currently because I haven't started it yet, but I am planning on starting The Housemaid by Frida McFarlane fairly soon. I don't know when, but yeah, but let's get started. So I've read 7 books so far this year. So yeah. The first one I started with was a reread. It is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I read this in January. This was actually probably one of my quickest reads so far this year, because I started it on the 1st and then finished it on the 2nd. So yeah, why did it crack like that? Obviously, this is a classic. Always a 10 out of 10. 5 stars. Next, I read Not in Love by Ali Hazelwood, and this is actually a signed copy. It's photo printed, I know, but it's still cool. Did I pay the $30 for the signed copy? Yes, I did. Was it worth it? Yes, it was. But yeah. So I finished this on January 6th, and I gave it 3.5 stars. This book, I felt like it was very different from her other books, which I think is the point. But I did love it. I love Ali Hazelwood. But did I like it as much as I liked her other books? No. So for my little review in my little notebook, I really liked the plot. I thought it was cool and different from the other love stories I've read. I, however, didn't like the main characters. I found Rue uninteresting and Eli too freaking. I have no idea what that says. See, when you're dyslexic, you kind of make up your own spelling for different words, and then when you try to go back and read those words that you made up the spelling for, you have no idea what you wrote. So I think that says too freaky, but then again, I don't know. He was really sweet at times though, but when he told Rue he loved her after her finding out everything, was a little bit of a dick move. Oh, I remember what that was about then. Now that I think about it. Yeah. But if you're looking for a different story, pick this up. It's really good. I love Ali Hazelwood. And then I read, I finished this book on January 31st. It was a reread to get ready for Sunrise on the Reaping, which I do have a copy of. I just haven't gotten around to read it yet. Anyway, I'm trying to read like books that I've had on my shelves for a little bit before I touch my new books. I have a few new books, but again, I just want to kind of read books that I've had for quite a while before I read those. But anyway, no, it grew mold. I gotta check my books now. My ceiling leaked, and I didn't know that it grew mold. Oh well. Don't care. Am I still gonna keep it? Yeah. because I don't have another $30-$40 to spend on another copy of this. Oh well. It's okay. I'm sure we can. Can you clean mold? I don't know. I have so many books up there. I didn't know that that could happen. I thought that, like... Do you see that? I thought that, like, whenever... I don't know. I didn't know that that... I mean, now that I think about it, that makes sense. But I didn't know that that could actually happen. Whenever people said that, like, books get moldy, I thought they just meant, like, dusty. I didn't know, like, they could actually do that. That's crazy. Anyway. It's a classic reread. I have to check all my other books. This one I've dropped in my tub. That's insane. Anyway. I have so many books up there. Holy shit. I didn't know that could actually happen. Okay. I thought mold needed like light or something. I didn't know the bottom of books could get moldy. Anyway, the next book I read was That Boy. This is the only book I read in February. This is actually a really good read. I dropped this in my bathtub while I was reading it, and I felt really bad. Because I didn't buy this, my mom's friend gave it to me. But I wanted to make sure, like I texted my mom, I was like, I just dropped her book in the tub, like, does she want it back? Like, I'll buy her a new copy. And she was like, no, it's fine. But I gave this a 5 stars. It's so good. This deserves more hype. It's called That Boy by Julian Dodd. I loved everything about this book. It made me laugh, cry, blush, and so much more. I would have been pissed if my kind of boyfriend proposed or popped the question on our first date and then threw an engagement party, because that did happen. And that's not a spoiler. That's literally on the first page. So, yeah. And then I read, in March, I read Lost and Lasted by Lila Sage. I gave this book a 4.5 star. It was really good. I love the Blue Ranch. Is that what it's called? Freak, now I forgot. Blue something. Why do I blank on the name? Rebel Blue Ranch. That's what it's called. I love the Rebel Blue Ranch series. I really do. And I love her, like, writing style. And I love the story, but, like, I don't know why, but every single book, the first 3 books, I know there's another one, but every single one, like, I get into it, like, I'll read, 20, 30 pages, and then I'll put it down and not pick it back up for, like, a week. Like, I really do like the story. I like the plot, but, like, based on how much I read it, like, you wouldn't think I liked it, but I did. I don't know what it is about her books. It's just, like, I can't seem to, like, want to reach for it, but they're really good. Anyway, I loved it. I love how you could see how much Gus changes and how much he gets and lets his guard down. I did wish he was more comforting to Teddy when he first found out about her dad. Also, hashtag Teddy stan since day one. Didn't love the cliffhanger though. I was trying to figure out what I was spelling. Hashtag Lila Sage, I am coming for you. Because the cliffhanger, it does end on a cliffhanger. But also, guys, it's midnight, so don't judge. Anyway, the next book I read was When He Was Wicked by Julia Quinn. This is the sixth book in the Bridgerton series. And I finished this one on March 21st, and I finished this one on March 22nd. I read this book in one day, but I remember it was because of Formula One, because I think it was like qualifying or something was at 3 in the morning, and I wanted to stay up for it, so I read a good chunk of this book while that was happening. And then, yeah, I just like kept reading it until like the next race came on. But anyway, I gave it 4 stars, and I love Francesca. However, I liked Michael before he kissed her. And when he followed her to Scotland, he turned into such an ass. I would have slapped him so fast if I was Francesca. Like, she lost her husband and your cousin, and you're mad she is in her head about marrying you. Get a life. If you read the book, you would know. I don't understand how people love Michael. I actually didn't really care for him. Anyway, the next and the last book that I've read that I finished on March 31st is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Again, this is a reread. Classic, 10 out of 10, highly recommend. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna check the rest of my books in the area that my ceiling flooded for mold, and I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do about that, so I'm just going to ignore it. I just want to know. This is